This is Rajesh Mahapatra. I hope all of you are doing well and happiness. In this session, I'll be telling you about the concept of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, function as a service, and finally we'll discuss container as a service in Google Cloud Platform. Apart from this guys, I'll give one real-time scenario for each services so that you can easily understand it. And do you know guys, the in cloud computing has three main cloud computing service model like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Guys, let's get started. Guys, first of all, I'll explain about the infrastructure as a service that is called as IaaS. As you can see here, infrastructure as a service is a cloud computing model that provides virtualized computing resources over the internet. In infrastructure as a service, user can access and manage the fundamental computing resources such as virtual machines, storage, networking, infrastructure on pay as you go basis. Guys, infrastructure as a service platform use virtualization technologies to create a virtual machine, VMs that run on physical server. This allows for efficient utilization of hardware resources and enables the rapid provisioning of virtualized computing instances. Infrastructure as a service provider offers resources on demand, meaning users can scale their infrastructure up and down based on their needs. This elasticity is particularly useful for businesses with varying workload or seasonal demands. Infrastructure as a service provider typically charge user based on their actual uses of resources such as number of virtual machines, deploy, storage space, consume data and transport. This flexible billing model allows user to avoid the large upfront cost and pay only for what they use. This is the advantage guys, as you can see here, server, storage, networking, virtualization all are responsibility of a Google as a cloud provider. On other hand, guys, the responsibility of a customer like the virtual machines, data, network traffic, and identity and access management, and more. GCP offers the various service under in infrastructure as a service umbrella like compute engine, cloud storage, cloud networking, cloud identity, and access management. Guys, let's consider a real-time scenario cases for infrastructure as a service so that you can easily understand the concept of IaaS. Guys, in this scenario, how does the GCP provide infrastructure as a service to the customer and how could they use this service and what benefits could this have for their organization? Let's consider a growing e-commerce company wants to expand its online presence by launching a new website to handle increased customer traffic. In this scenario, guys, I'll explain how the e-commerce company decide to leverage the GCP infrastructure as a service capabilities for faster and more streamlined development process and to set up the necessary infrastructure. Guys, let's discuss all the GCP services step set up by e-commerce company one by one so that you can easily understand the scenario and you can suggest your customer to set up project. First of all, we discuss the virtual machine, guys. The company start by provisioning a virtual machine on CPU compute engine. They create the multiple virtual machines to handle web server, application server, database server workloads. They can choose the desired CPU and memory and storage configuration for each VM based on their requirement. Secondly guys, the networking and load balancing. The company set up a virtual private cloud (VPC) in Google Cloud Platform to create a private network environment for their infrastructure. They configure firewall rule to control inbound and outbound traffic to the virtual machine to ensure the secure communication. Guys, to distributing incoming traffic, wave traffic and ensure the high availability, the company configure a load balancer using GCP platform, GCP load balancing services. Guys, this load balancer distribute the request across the web server instances and providing scalability and redundancy. Guys, the storage. The company leverages the GCP cloud storage to store and serve the static website assets such as images, CSS file, JavaScript file. They can take advantages of the cloud storage durability, scalability and low latency access. Guys, for the database, for managing their product catalog, customer information and orders, the company set up a managed database services like a cloud SQL in GCP. They choose the appropriate database type like MySQL, SQL and blah blah, and the configure its resource to meet their application's performance and scalability needs. For an example like the auto scaling, as the website experience fluctuation in traffic, the company leverages the GCP auto scaling capabilities. They configure policy that automatically adjusts the number of VM instances based on the predefined metrics like CPU utilization or request count, the ensure the efficient resource utilization and cost optimization. By leveraging the IaaS capabilities in Google Cloud Platform, you can quickly provision and manage virtual machine, scale your infrastructure as needed, and benefit from the underlying infrastructure provided by the Google Cloud Platform. Guys, now you understand how the e-commerce company can set up their infrastructure using infrastructure as a service platform in Google Cloud in GCP. Guys, the PAAS is the platform as a service in the cloud computing model that provides a platform and environment for developers to build, deploy, manage application over the internet without the complexity of managing the underlying infrastructure. That is the advantage of platform as a service provided by Google Cloud Platform. In PAAS, the cloud service provider offers a set of tools and development frameworks and runtime environment that allows developer to focus on writing and deploying application rather than dealing with the hardware and operating system and network. Guys, as you can see here, server, storage, networking, virtualization, OS, middleware components and development tools and runtime all are responsibility of Google as a cloud provider. On other hand, guys, the customer responsibility as application deployment, identity and access management, application data and application monitoring. Guys, the GCP offers the various services under the PaaS umbrella like Google App Engine, Cloud Run. Guys, in this scenario, how does the GCP provide PaaS to the customer? How could they use these services and what the benefit could this have for this organization? Guys, let's consider a software development and startup company wants to build and deploy a new web application without the need to manage the underlying infrastructure. In this scenario, I will explain how the software startup company decided to leverage GCP PAAS capabilities for a faster and more streamlined development process and to set up the necessary infrastructure. Guys, let's discuss all the GCP services set up by a startup company one by one so that you can easily understand this concept and you can suggest your customer to set up the project. The software startup company develop their web application code using their predefined programming language and framework like Java, .NET, Python and blah blah. Guys, they choose a PaaS offering like Google App Engine which supports the multiple programming languages such as Python, Node.js and more. Guys, the with the Google App Engine, a software startup company deploys their application code effortlessly. They can define the desired resource allocation such as CPU, memory, instance class, and let the PaaS platform handle automatic scaling of their application based on the incoming traffic and demand. This ensures the application is always available and handle varying the workload without manual intervention. The data storage and persistence, guys, for their application database needs, the startup utilize and manage database services like cloud file store, cloud spanner in Google Cloud Platform. This PaaS offering provides a scalable fully managed database solution that handle replication, backup, scaling without the need for the manual configuration. The identity and access management also, guys. To manage the user authentication and authorization, the startup leverages the GCP identity and access management IAM services. IAM allows them to define the granular access control, roles and permission for user accessing their application. Guys, the monitoring and logging. The startup utilize the GCP monitoring and logging services to gain insight into the performance and the health of their application. To set up the monitoring alert, create dashboard, analyze logs to identify and resolve issue quickly and ensuring a seamless user experience. Guys, I hope so. Now you understand the PaaS services used by a startup company and how they benefit for that. Let's discuss about the software as a service. Guys, software as a service is a cloud computing model in which software applications are delivered over the internet on a subscription basis. Instead of installing and running the software on individual computers, server users can access the software through a web browser, eliminating the need for the manual installations and updates. Guys, for an example, imagine you move into a finished house or rented or purchased house, but you have to pay for the upkeep such as cleaning or lawn care. SaaS is the same services. Guys, you pay to use a complete application for a specific purpose that is managed, maintained and secured by the cloud provider. But you are responsible for taking care for your own data. Example, Google Cloud Workspace. And better example, guys, day-to-day activities you can use in Gmail application, Google Drive and blah blah. Guys, the automatic updates like the SaaS provider is responsible for software updates, bug fixes, security patches and maintenance tasks. User always have access to the latest version of the software without the need for the manual updates. SaaS follows the subscription based billing model where user pay a recurring fee monthly or annually to access the software. This allows users to avoid the upfront cost and pay only for the services they use. Guys, let's consider a real-time scenario cases for software as a service. so that you can easily understand for these services. Guys, in this scenario, a healthcare organization wants to streamline their patient management system by adopting a cloud-based SaaS solution. And I'll explain how the healthcare organization decide to leverage the GCP SaaS offering to improve the efficiency and reduce the operational overhead. Guys, let us discuss how the GCP manages SaaS services for electronic health record EHR system in healthcare organization, so that you can easily understand the scenario and you can suggest your customer to set up the project. Guys, the healthcare organization subscribe to a SaaS based EHR system that is hosted on Google Cloud Platform. The SaaS provider manages the infrastructure, databases and application updates, allowing the healthcare organization to focus on patient care rather than IT maintenance. Guys, the access and security, the SaaS provider integrates with the GCP identity and access management services to manage the user authentication and authorization. This ensures that only the authorized person can access and interact with patient data, maintaining compliances with privacy and security regulations such as HIPAA. These are the regulation authorities, guys. The scalability and performance. Scalability performance solution based hosted on GCP infrastructure can seamlessly scale to accommodate increasing the patient data and user loads. The healthcare performance issue as the SaaS provider take care of resource management. And guys, thinking about the analytic and reporting for that healthcare system, the SaaS platform leverage the GCP data analytic machine learning services to provide the advanced analytics and reporting capabilities. It allows the healthcare organization to gain the insight from the patient data, generate reports, identity trends for better decision making and resource allocation. Guys, the disaster recovery and data backup, GCP provides a robust backup disaster recovery option, ensuring the safety and availability of patient data. Guys, I hope so. Now, in the SaaS solution hosted on GCP, the healthcare organization benefits from cost-effective, secure, and scalable system for managing patients' records, and they eliminate the need for the infrastructure maintenance, ensure that data privacy, security, gain access to the advanced analytic capabilities, and ultimately improving the patient care and operation efficiency. Guys, I hope so. Now you can understand this scenario for the SaaS, software as a service, provided by Google as a cloud provider. Guys, now we'll discuss FAAS in Google Cloud Platform. The FAAS stand for Function as a Service, which refers to a serverless computing model. However, the GCP specially use the terms cloud function to describe its FAAS offering. For example, if you just need a small dedicated place to work away from your home, you can rent a desk in a co-working workspace. Similarly, the FAAS allows to build and deploy a small piece of code or function that performs a specific task. The cloud provider adds a scale if needed and when the function executed. Example like the cloud function, as I said here, the cloud function service provided by Google Cloud Platform, and cloud function is a serverless execution environment provided by Google Cloud Platform. It's allow developer to write and deploy code as small single purpose of function that automatically scale in response to incoming events or trigger. With cloud function, developer can focus slowly on writing the code for their function without having worry about the managing the underlying infrastructure. Guys, as you can see here, some of the features of the cloud function as I mentioned here: event driven execution, automatic scaling, pay for use pricing, support multiple programming languages, integration with other GCP services. These are the advantages of the cloud function, guys. Cloud function in Google Cloud Platform provides a scalable, event-driven approach to the application development, where the code execution is triggered by a specific events, doesn't require to manage of servers or infrastructure. This enables developer to focus on writing function that respond to a specific event, making it easier to build the application and microservices in a serverless manner. Guys, I hope so. Now you can understand the concept of function as a service provided by Google Cloud Platform. Guys, finally we'll discuss about CAAS. CAAS stands for Container as a Service. If buying a home is just too much work due to the maintenance it comes with, you can choose a rent instead. The basic utilities are included, but you bring your own furniture and make the space yours. This is the one example, guys. Same thing here with containers. You can bring a containerized application, so you don't have to worry about the underlying operating system, but still have the control over scale and runtime. Example, guys, Google Kubernetes engine. Google Kubernetes engine is managed a service provided by GCP for deploying, managing and scaling containerized application using the Kubernetes. Guys, Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration platform that automates the deployment, scaling and management of containerized application. With GKE, guys, you can run your application in container which are encapsulated, lightweight and portable. GKE abstract away the underlying infrastructure complexities, provide a managed Kubernetes environment, allowing you to focus on developing and underlying your application. Guys, we'll discuss our upcoming session for Google Kubernetes engine. Don't worry, guys. I hope so. Now you can little bit understand about the CAAS.